Welcome back. Covenant Culture Podcast, episode 16, y'all. We are 16 episodes in. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank you for subscribing, following, liking. We are greatly appreciative of your time.
Yeah, and your comments.
And support.
Love your comments.
So we are in episode 16, babe. What are we talking about today? It's Love Month.
It is Love Month.
Love Month. So we are talking about...
romance.
I was going to do the drum roll.
Oh.
Romance.
You pointed to me.
Romance.
I thought it meant that was my turn.
So we're talking about romance in marriage, and how do we keep that ignited on fire? And
you're funny.
That was a mountain for me early.
What?
Of being romantic.
No, it wasn't. I literally just told the people our last episode about the balloons. That was just dating.
I know, but that didn't come natural. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I want that to be a ooze from me. So I've been working on it over the years. I have. But I want it to be like ooze, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. Because I guess it's not just like the gestures on. I'm thinking like holidays or, it's every day. Yeah.
But specifically for the Love Month, we're talking about Valentine's Day. So it's upon us. And so that's why we chose romance. So I got a definition of romance from our good old Google search. Mm. And it is a feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love. A feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love. Or a quality or feeling of mystery, excitement, and remoteness from everyday life. So how do we apply this idea of the feeling of excitement and mystery in Love Month, specifically around Valentine's Day?
That's not a question for me. That's more of a question for you.
No, I'm asking you that.
The men need to be more romantic. I feel like it's a little easier for us.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples.
Do you disagree?
No, I would say that's a common.
Yeah, because we want to be warm and fuzzy all the time.
It's true. That's very true. Okay, I agree. I succeed.
So
that's true.
Take your question to yourself.
Okay, so I'll give from a guy's perspective, but I would like to know, in every relationship is different, but there are governing principles in marriage and relationship, right? So what would be small things?
Okay, I like it.
That you would want romantically.
Oh, that I want?
Yeah.
That changed.
And we ain't just talking about stuff. We talking about actions as well.
Like
Why you like,
ring.
let me get a whole necklace, not a half. But
no.
Like gestures. Now we are leading up to Valentine's Day. We're almost there. So let's keep it Valentine's Day. Help the guys out.
Wait,
help the guys out.
Again. I thought you were answering the question.
Help the guys out. What can guys do this Valentine's Day to be more romantic towards their spouse?
Well, I think it has to come from. So I really liked that part. You know me. I don't really like notes. I don't really like to review all these things. I want this to be like people are sitting in our living room and we're having a conversation.
That's good.
So because of that, I don't necessarily love the notes, but I get that. Mm-hmm. And just having you look up that definition was helpful because I was like, that's true. There's like a mystery part of it that is intentional. And I think that's really what it is. It comes down to being intentional and really thoughtful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key to it. Now, what you do with that is on you.
Yeah. And
I give it all my secrets. I'm kidding.
Well, and I do want to add that romance is biblical. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we think of romance as like it's a worldly thing. No, it is biblical. Yeah. When you think of people in the Bible, these men wooed at times, right? You think of a Jacob laboring. You think of Isaac. I mean, these men wooed. Now, they didn't do everything right, but they did woo. So there's this part.
And God.
That's true.
Right? The way he loves us, pursues us.
Yeah.
Jesus, the greatest love story. So I agree. I think I'm just saying it goes back to that. So your thoughtfulness, your intentionality, that's where I think the beginning of romance can actually begin.
Yeah.
I mean, flowers never hurt. A good scent never hurts, right? Actually, this is cute, and I feel really bad because
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I know, because I'm actually afraid you're gonna be like, wait, huh? And I didn't like that you did that last episode because I care so much about what you do when I know that it's intentional and thoughtful. And the reason I laugh is because it's so cute.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
What is it?
Okay, so on our wedding night, this is where real romance happens.
Uh-oh.
We hadn't been intimate at all. And so because of that, which I'm like, who's listening? I feel like we should tell the whole truth and nothing but the
Don't
truth.
put your kids on the episode. All right. This is a PG-21 episode.
Correct. So this is a secret. Should I whisper it? I'm
This is
blushing.
going to the world.
I just feel like it's a little bit of a secret.
No, it's okay.
7 days before
We're
our wedding.
transparent. We're married. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I do need to just gotta clear the air because I have to say that, but I also want to be an honest person.
All right,
He
sure.
finds
Who
us
cares?
faithful.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm sweating.
I'll be
I'm
back.
like, if my parents are listening, please stop. So I am nervous.
I'm sweating.
But this is what happened. This is just the truth. Okay.
All right. And this was
I
romantic?
was nervous. No, this was not romantic, but it's leading to the romantic.
Okay, gotcha. All right, gotcha.
It's kind of the prefix. So for me, because we hadn't been together at all and I'd never been with a guy, I was like, oh, this is a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can, here we are. I'm just going to say the things. I don't know if I can see it, touch it, do everything in one evening. And I also think this is important because I grew up in church and no one ever talked to me about these things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't like messy things. I don't like weird smells. I'm not interested in that. I like to keep things clean.
Yeah.
And so I was very concerned at some miniature horror stories that I had heard. And so I just said to you, like, well, I just feel like it's only fair. We're getting married. I just need to at least. Do you remember what I said to you?
Go ahead.
Like,
We
at
hear
least
that.
need to touch. So I did. So that was before our wedding.
That's
So that's
true.
my only. I'm not sharing
She did.
anything else.
Dad,
no
I
one's
tried to stop
business.
her, but hey, I just.
But also it was the least romantic. There was nothing about that was hot, except for the fact that I was like, okay, that's
what
a
that
lot
is? Oh,
to
okay.
understand and take in. Okay, so now, but that also was really, for me to even think about it is funny. Yes,
Yeah,
I still
it was-
get nervous, but it was pure, actually pure.
It was. We were 7 days from our wedding. Does it justify it? No, but
I just need
I
to
didn't mind. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I just needed to understand. Okay, let's speed up. That was
Okay,
less
go ahead.
about
All right,
romance.
all right.
Actually, that's the opposite of romantic. Okay, so then on our wedding night, like I said, we had been almost completely pure. Okay, so there we are.
Yes.
So
7 days before. 3.5
week of,
years
we
to
did
date
great.
you.
Yeah,
4 years together.
yeah.
And we waited 7 days. We wasn't intimate.
Right.
But you still had to see
Things happen.
the gear
Yep.
before
Okay.
you can work the machine.
Wow.
So now we married. It's official.
Okay.
You can do whatever with the
I'm gonna-
machine you want.
I'm going to
Go.
go ahead and fast forward. So it's the evening of, I'm still very nervous. It actually didn't make a
I'm like
difference
sweating, dude.
about the 7 days before. We shouldn't have even done that. It didn't matter. I was not well. And we had talked about it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's this going to be like? What's going to happen? And I just expressed to him, I'm very nervous. I spent a long time in the bathroom preparing to be with him. I mean, he probably was falling asleep.
Yeah, I was
bless his
I
heart.
should have got a Red Bull.
The
dog.
day of our
I
wedding,
was
everyone was tired.
but excited.
But I just was like, oh my gosh, like the moment we walk out, this thing's ready.
It's
right?
real.
So you were just so sweet. So this is the funny part. The funny part is I had mentioned to you at some point that I like you'd asked if I liked like Victoria's Secret better or Bath and Body Works better scent wise, like for like lotions and I'm pretty sure I told you Victoria's Secret, but you did go Bath and Body Works, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
That was sweet. It was just that the one scent, and for all my ladies, okay, out there, circa 2008.
Yes, we got married
I
2008.
was like, right? What happened just right now? I'm blacking out. There's a lot going on. But you understand that sweet pea wasn't necessarily the stuff. It
wasn't the scent of the day.
It was the most popular, and that's probably what happened. Lamor's probably walked in and said to the lady, like, tell me the most popular scent. Well, it was like Love Spell. Like, we've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Got the t-shirt. It's not like the most romantic scent, and I actually hated Sweet pea, but he didn't know. I don't even know if he
No, I
still knew
didn't
until
know.
right now.
No, I never knew that.
Okay, and it doesn't matter because
This
it was
is what
sweet.
Covenant Culture podcasts do. It brings out the things. So
Okay.
listen to this with your husband or
So,
wife.
so this is where we are, because this is why it mattered, because I didn't care that it was a scent I hated.
Mm-hmm.
It was so thoughtful, you guys. When I tell you, this is why it's funny. He got the most big embarrassing display of sweet pea. Everything. Like if they would have had a T-shirt, he would have purchased it.
It did. It was
There
like
were
a package.
candles,
I
there
got
were
sweet pea package,
plug-in, wall
lotion, plug-ins,
perfume. You know, the perfume,
I got,
not the perfume.
I got everything, y'all.
Everything. And I was like, I literally
Hate this smell.
What are you gonna do?
The whole house smells like a sweet pea.
So now I have a bath bomb in, I have a bubble bath going, I have everything with
Oh
this.
yeah, it was a bath bomb.
Oh, it was no. When I say everything, it was like the room spray. There were little sachets. I don't know. That might be
forgot
made
about
up,
that.
but you had literally. I mean, it was a huge.
I was trying to be romantic.
It was so sweet, and that's my point.
Yeah.
Okay, that took a long time to land the plane, but the point of saying that is, it doesn't matter that it's not really. It's less for us about what the actual thing is.
That's good.
And more about what it took to get there.
That's
the
good.
intentionality, the love, the kindness, the thoughtfulness. Like you went and you did this, and that was so sweet and so romantic.
And kind of like that definition, right? That excitement piece. I really was excited.
Yeah.
I knew you had never been intimate before. And if I have, it wasn't agape. It wasn't in covenant. So I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I did know is that I wanted to make that night special.
Yeah.
So I tried to be as romantic as I could. I wish
You were
now
so
I didn't know
romantic.
about Sweet Pea now.
It doesn't
I would
matter.
have got something else. But
Well, here's the thing.
this,
Fast forward, I
know.
actually love sweet pea now.
But
because
let me
how
say
sweet
this
is
though.
that?
This is what I'm about to say though. And this
Yeah.
is very key in romance. Thank you for allowing me to be romantic. Because you could have been like, oh, I hate this. Or I
That's
don't, right?
true.
And people do
That's
that in
true. They
relationships,
sure
right?
do. Yeah.
Instead of believing the best, leaning into the act of kindness.
Yeah.
You didn't do it the way I wanted. You didn't say
That's
it the
so
way I
good,
wanted.
babe.
You didn't
Yeah.
give me what I asked for. I sent you the Amazon cart, right? Like, no. For a man
That
to
is good.
express that in
Yeah.
that way,
Yeah.
like you said earlier, this isn't a space that men naturally lean in. So when we do, ladies, come on, help a brother out. Like, be gentle and kind and accepting and just be thankful. Then 15 years later on your podcast, you could be like, man, I ain't like that. But
All right.
in the
That's
moment,
good. Yeah.
and that's what love does too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Love covers.
yeah,
Yeah.
it covers. Love is exciting. Love is romantic. You know what I mean? So, but I love
cute.
that you did that because I couldn't tell. If you did it, I couldn't tell at all.
No, you couldn't. I used, there was a loofah in there even. It had like the scent of, I was like, I'm using it
I'm
all.
sweet peed out.
I used all the body cream, the lotion. Those are two different things.
It's true. That's
Okay,
true.
they are. I used everything you gave
Wow.
because I also thought, and this is why I think it's so beautiful what you just said about being the receiver
Mm-hmm.
of that and loving well and covering well,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how you feel about it, is I thought you might really like the scent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
probably, even if you had
Was it
asked
purple?
them, like pink and purple, yeah.
Okay.
Like, what's the most popular fragrance?
Yeah.
And they tell you one and you smell and you're like, no. Like, I know you.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't buy it if you actually thought it stunk. It
Yeah.
didn't smell good.
No, I didn't think that.
So
I
for
smelled it
me-
first. I was like, this decent.
See, and that is what I was thinking also. The idea in this, and it always goes back to agape love, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea in this is because I think you love this, I want to do this for you.
Yeah.
Same with you. Because I think you'll love this, I want to do this for you.
Yeah.
But when you do it at the same time, no matter what the actual emotions are, the actual understanding is, that's what makes it so beautiful.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It could have been a terrible, terrible scent. At least it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it could have been. The idea,
Yeah.
the thoughtfulness, the intentionality behind it is the point.
Yeah. And that's the key to romance.
Yeah.
Right? That idea of thoughtfulness. In what way can I be thoughtful? In what way can I listen? Because a lot of times, and I got a little Rolodex on my phone, fellas, here's a little key. Whenever I hear her say things she like, I try and capture it in my phone because never trust your memory.
What? Ethan?
Right.
No.
And so
wanna
I
know.
try and do little things like a fragrance or perfume and my wife is fun country. So she loves traveling. When we go somewhere, like if I'm somewhere preaching or speaking, I ain't just there preaching or speaking. We got to find some restaurant, some little ice cream spot,
If you're there, you
know what I
should,
mean?
yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm in and out. I'm trying to get a gospel, but I love that about her. So I try and over the years, it's taken me time, but I've tried to lean into that because it ain't just about the moment, but it's also about the memory.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
And so, and especially if it's just us, that's even a greater time as couples. Let's say if you do have kids, we have 4, as we said, you might have 1, 2, 3, whatever. Whenever you can get alone away, it could be a weekend, it could be a day. It don't have to be every time, but try and find a romantic moment.
Yeah. You know, I think another, just to that point, I completely agree. But there's this other side of like, maybe you don't have kids at all. And that is very interesting because we don't realize how life busies us.
That's true.
So being intentional with that time, especially for a woman, to have a man woo her, even if it's something small. Like, I just saw her favorite movie is now, well, this is not necessarily small. Who am I? Who do I think I am when I'm about to say it? But like her favorite movie's on Broadway. It's not small at all. That'd be a great gift though, and I love it. But let's say it's like, you're at the store, you're picking up some milk and bread and you see her favorite flower.
Yeah.
There's not a reason. I just thought of you. It's your favorite kind of gum. I mean, little things like that, it really isn't difficult with us.
It's true.
Another thing, like, that's why I discussed all the little Morris heads that you'd cut out. Like, they were like little confettis.
Here we go
but
again.
it's so cute because that was thoughtful.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally imagined you being so like specific and making sure, and it was so sweet.
Yeah.
So there's like multiple different things. And another time, something you did for me, I mean, it's Valentine's Day week. So here we are saying all the things, but he like went and picked out all of these different panties for me. Right?
I sure did. Victoria's Secret.
And let me just tell you.
You want to sponsor the podcast, we'll take you. You feel me?
It was the kindest thing. The only problem was, and this is still your fault, Jessica. I hope you hear your name.
Jessica Hansen, we're talking to you. Yes,
It's
we
not
said.
Hansen anymore,
I'm sorry,
but
that's right.
Convey.
Jessica
Conceal, that's great.
Hansen Hatton.
We're calling you out on this because you told the Morris the wrong size. And let me just tell you, there's no worse feeling for a woman that has too small of clothing to try to, because he wanted me to like do a little show for him. And how cute is that? I'm like, I'm not walking out there. So again, this is the point. The reason this is funny and the reason these moments matter and that we're bringing them up is because it was less about the feeling. Actually, this is really sweet. This is another level of intimacy. I walked out and just cried on the bed. I was like, listen, I know that this was your intention and it was
Jessica.
so sweet. Yeah. I'm like, but I've never been a small in my life. So, but it turned into, again, just that was an extra level of intimacy. And it was funny. It was sweet.
Sure. And
we got to talk it through.
And I hope y'all heard that, fellas. This for the fellas. Did you hear that nugget? Reach out to the best friend. Yeah. Now, most of the time they give the correct information, Jessica.
She's wrong here.
But reach out to the best friend. If they have a straight line of what is romantic for your spouse, they know. Because guess what? They talk. So, fellas, we don't talk. Our conversation are like, yo, what can we do romantic? No, we be like, yo, if LeBron don't score 40 or if Joe Burrow don't throw 5 like those are conversations. Women, they're talking about panty size, bra size, color. Come on, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the girl, that's so cute. Was you at Victoria's Secret yesterday?
That's not accurate.
I saw that.
That's literally how none of our conversations
Man, yes, they do, man. Y'all to talk about that. But that's the nugget, though, fellas. Get with the friend, the best friend. They know. Or if they don't, that's your end to inquire about it. Yeah. Right? So give them the DL. Be like, yo, find out what shorty like so I can make it happen.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a nugget.
Again, that was not quite accurate, but to be in a man's mind is very interesting.
And
if that's what you think we talk about.
Y'all do be talking about that stuff, man.
I don't know the last time.
I'll sip to that. Nice good old coffee.
Anyway, really going back to romance, thinking about what love is.
Yeah.
How I can love you, how I can serve you, how I can honor you. Those are the best gifts. So yeah, it does not need to be something that you have to pay for.
Yeah. And let me say this too. It shouldn't be a burden. Like if you're heading into doing something romantic, it shouldn't be a burden. It should be exciting. Like one of the things for me I love is to see and hear her response. Like I be in so much anticipation, like when she do. And listen, I'm the dude, I cannot keep a surprise. It don't matter what I've done or if I have something, like I be snitching on myself. And if you come from where I come from, you don't be snitching. But boy, I be like, if it's her birthday, she getting that gift in October because I can't. And that's why I don't get gifts early because I'm a snitch on myself. Like I just can't wait because I get so excited of your response. Like, and I being like this kid, like Christmas morning mode, like her eyes, or she always tears up, or like she does this thing with her lip, like when I do something romantic or nice, and like I like, it's like a magnet. I want that. So be in excitement to want to love and be romantic and serve one another. And guess what? That's a choice. It really isn't about what it is. Like, it's not about honestly, it really ain't about the gift itself.
No, it's not.
It's about the
thought,
giving,
the intentionality.
the thought.
That's where it all comes from.
The anticipation, like I said, of the reaction, like the moment. It really is. And when you become selfless, it ignites something in romance.
Yeah. Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
This is a great one. Okay, it's a good way to end. So I just was thinking about what was like one of the most romantic moments. And honestly, there's been quite a few for different reasons because it's also really hard to define what the most romantic part would be. Yeah. Sitting on the volcano in Hawaii at the top of it, watching, like being so close to a shooting star and watching like 3 of these like little fireballs. That's what it was like. I mean, that was beautiful. Yes. That was romantic. I cried. Gosh. That isn't it. That's still not it, right? Being obviously our wedding day, how beautiful that was. There's so many moments that you could reflect on and like what actual romance is. But I was just thinking of when you. So again, there's always got to be a prefix, but this one's clean. This one's clean. We were at church. We'd been married for a year. And we had Kai, and he was little, a baby. And we were preparing to give a gift to the king.
It was like a special offering moment. Yeah.
And so they were calling it a gift to the king. And I was so grateful for my marriage and our family and this brand new little baby, and I'm just rummaging through my purse. I'm like, what do I have? And I like see my ring glisten out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, that's not it. I'm still looking. And I think about our car, which would later be another gift that God prepared for us to give, but it wasn't. I was like, that doesn't make sense. There's still car payments. It's a terrible gift. And I'm just looking. I see this stack of gift cards. So throughout every year, because of how broke we were, I would save my gift cards and use them for Christmas presents for our family. Like, I could give the gift cards, but I just don't feel like that's what God wants because it's already assigned for people. And then I realized again, like, I'm supposed to give my wedding band. I knew the Holy Spirit, that's what was pressing in my heart. And I was like, okay, God, if this is actually you, you're going to have to go tell Lamoris. So we were a part of a big church. Lamoris was in a separate part in the ministry. And we never really saw each other on Sundays. We'd connect after church. And for some reason, a pastor on staff went to find Lamoris. I didn't know. I didn't connect with her. I had no idea she was doing this. I didn't even see her. Went up to Lamoris and said, I think your wife needs you. Yeah. That's what she said. I think your wife needs you. And he walked in and I was like, I'm crying. I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm like, never mind. That's not even for this moment. He told me, she said that. I didn't even hear him because I was like, I'm shocked. Like, I never see you during church. You're always doing that. And I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to give away my wedding band. And he was like, did not hesitate, didn't blink an eye. He was like, sew that thing. And for me, that was so romantic and so beautiful because we were in one accord for the assignment God called us to. Yeah. So romance doesn't always look like flowers and all the other things. It was, we knew that this was the correct thing to do and we were in one accord, and that unity made all the difference. And then fast forward, he ended up surprising me with a ring, and he knows I can't see anything without contacts or glasses. And so he just put it in front of my face. We had just woken up. He put it in front of my face and then chased me around the house with it because he wouldn't let me see. I was like, what is it? Because in my mind, I'm like, that's a diamond ring. But I also didn't know because I couldn't see it. And it was just one of the sweetest moments.
That's good. And so romance comes in different facets.
Yeah.
Right. But the key in the ground of that definition is love.
Yeah.
You do it because you love one another.
Mm-hmm.
You do it because it's the right thing to do. You do it because you want a marriage that's never been seen before. You don't want a stagnant relationship.
Yeah.
It's so boring. And we know so many couples, and I'm Rolodexing couples just in my mind of, I think they love each other. But how they show it is not a magnet to the world.
Yeah.
I want people to see our marriage and say, who the heck are you? Who taught you how to do that? Where did you learn that? And we could say, Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly.
a marriage that's never been seen before.
Honestly.
And romance is selfless.
It is.
So when you recognize the intentionality, the giving, that's why the receiver should always be happy with what it is. It has little to do with the actual gift and thought and more to do with the action of because you wanted to, because you thought about me, because you love me.
Yeah.
You were willing to do this.
Absolutely. So, romance in your relationships, in your marriage.
It's dicey out here.
It's real. So fight for romance. Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate y'all so much. Once again, if you wouldn't mind, share this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's just Covenant Culture Podcast on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes, all that good stuff. And we can't thank y'all enough for supporting us. So
yeah,
we out.
Bye.
Give me some, shorty.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Woo. Love y'all. Peace.